All right, my friends, I am going to pose a question for you. Should you get this or should you get this? That's the question I'm going to be answering in today's video. Welcome back, my friends. This is Gene Delasella with Audioholics. Now, we don't often do a lot of headphone reviews, but it just happened to be that I had the opportunity to have two of the leading noise-canceling headphones on the market. I have both Bowers Wilkins PX7, the Carbon Edition, and the Bose 700 UC. These are also noise canceling. In fact, Bose is the leader of noise canceling headphones. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. No highs, no lows, must be a Bose. Well, that's not the case when it comes to their headphones. Let me tell you something. Their headphones are nothing to laugh at. The technology that is in them is very impressive. I spent about a month comparing both of these headsets, and I really enjoyed the time I had with them. So let me just show you some images here. This is the ones that I have in white or silver, I guess. And then these are the Bowers Wilkins, the Carbon Edition. They have also the black ones as well. So I want to do like an unboxing and an overview and a comparison. I'm not going to do any measurements this time because unfortunately I don't have the ability to do a proper head-related transfer function. Matthew Pose, however, does. And when he comes back to visit the Audioholics Smart House, we'll do a follow-up video and we'll do some acoustical measurements of these headphones because I want the measurements to be accurate. So the Bose just come in a very basic cardboard box, okay? And you get an owner's manual in here, but it's literally like one page and then everything else is like 50 different languages. It's kind of useless. If you don't understand how to set up any of these headphones, your best bet is to go to YouTube and look it up, or Bose has videos on their website. So their case is pretty pedestrian looking. It's like very plasticky. It's nothing like that shows you high quality, really. I mean, it's durable and it's compact, so I do like that. So let me open this up here. So what I do like about this case is it's very compact. There's the little USB dongle that comes with this headphone. It actually costs $100 more to get this feature, and I'll talk a little bit about that more later. And then these are the headphones I got. Now, the one thing that's cool, I didn't even realize it at first, is there's a little compartment here. When you open it up, that's where your USB cable is for charging. And it has a 3.5 millimeter on one side and then like a mini connector on the other side in case you want to do analog audio and you don't want to use the wireless feature. And then it closes up. It's magnetic. So that's pretty cool. So just looking at these headphones, honestly, they're actually quite attractive. They look very modern. I like the fact that the piece from the headset itself goes in and out. So it's not like it's always out over here. It actually goes into the cup. I think that looks really cool. And they do about a 90-degree rotation, but it's easy to fold them down and put them in. And you know, just putting them on my head just to try them out. The one thing I like about these headphones is they're very light. They're actually almost an ounce and a half lighter than the Bowers Wilkins. They really fit nice. They don't hurt. The clamping force is very loose on them. I could wear these headphones for a very extended period of time and not feel fatigued by wearing them or just have pain on my head. It's very nicely padded. Really like that. Now let me show you the PX7s from Bowers Wilkins. Now these come in a more fancy box. Both headsets are about the same retail price. The Bowers Wilkins are $400. The Bose are $339 without the little USB dongle and $439, I think, with it. But you can still get them online a little cheaper too. It just depends on where you find the deal. And let me open this up. So the first thing you're going to notice when you open this is a much fancier case. Very nice kind of felt kind of feeling to it. It just looks more high-end than the case that you get with the Bose. And it comes with a diagram in case you want to. It shows you what all the different button features do. And this is actually quite useful. You don't even need to read anything. It just shows you everything that's related to this headphone and how it works. Let's open it up. So now these are definitely bulkier. The case is bigger for sure. So it's a little bit more difficult to stow away if you're traveling. Now these are the earpieces. And then in here you have an actually long USB cable. You could actually do USB audio with this. So you could plug this into your computer and transfer audio through USB, which you can't do on the Bose as far as I know. And then it has a 3.5 millimeter on both sides, in case you want to do analog audio as well. And this USB also serves to charge the headphones. So one advantage that the Bowers & Wilkins have is the battery life. The battery life on the Bowers & Wilkins is about 30 hours, whereas the Bose is about 20. So you got a 10-hour advantage there. So let me show you what these feel like. Now these rotate a little more than the Bose do, but they're just a little bit more cumbersome in terms of like trying to store them. Like it's just, see how when you try to extend it, it extends at the headpiece as opposed to the ear cup. I like the way the Bose does it better, to be honest with you. This is a much tighter padding. Like the build quality feels more sturdy, but it's also heavier. When you compare these and you pick them up, I weighed them on a scale and the Bose are clearly lighter, but you could tell just by picking them up. So putting them on, the first thing I notice is without them turned on, they isolate the sound better passively than the Bose because they really fit around your ears. And in fact, if you go back and forth, like if you're at a gym or something, I notice these stay on your head better than the Bose, but the clamping force is tighter. And I can feel the pressure in my head more than I do with the Bose. And over time, that could become, somewhat fatiguing or annoying. So in reality, if you're using these for extended period of time, I feel like the Bose would be a more comfortable fit, at least in my head. And I like the fact that the ear cups are labeled left and right. And the same thing with the Bose. They both have left and right ear cup labels, although the Bose are harder to see because it's like the same color as the actual cup itself. So let me just tell you some things, the pros and cons of each. As far as I'm concerned, the Bose definitely have the advantage in noise canceling. In fact, if you look at the little diagram they show you, oh, this one's transparent, I'm sorry. They actually have 8 microphones in the Bose. 6 of them are used for noise canceling, while 4 of them, they take 2 of the noise canceling ones and they gang them up for voice. So you got 4 microphones for voice. And 2 of those microphones help to cancel out the noise around you. So the person that's listening to you on the other end hears you better. And that's exactly what I found. When I compared doing calls on the Bose versus the Bowers & Wilkins, the Bose definitely had better voice quality. Like the listener can hear me better. They could hear less of the background when I was talking to them, especially in a noisy environment. So if you're doing a lot of calls, the Bose is definitely an advantage. Now, the 700 UC comes with this little USB dongle, and that's like for Microsoft, different platforms for whether you're using Microsoft or you're using Zoom for Zoom calling. It allows you to quick connect to any of these kind of chat platforms. You can do your text messaging and all that a lot easier and still transfer between different platforms that you're talking on. The only problem I had with that is I tried on 3 different computers to get this. They claim it's instantly paired to your Bose headsets. I could not get it to link up at all. I tried resetting my Bose headsets. I tried 3 different computers. As far as I'm concerned, this USB dongle was useless for me. I just wound up pairing the Bose headsets with my Bluetooth connection on my computer, and I had no problems. In fact, both of these headsets pair very quickly on your phone, especially. I had no problems with that. The Bose app was a little bit weird. Like I had to download a Bose app, and then it told me to use another app, and it downloaded that. It took me 3 or 4 tries to get the Bose app to actually work with the headsets, whereas the Bowers & Wilkins was pretty much instantaneous. Now, as far as noise canceling, the Bose gives you 10 different settings, whereas the Bowers & Wilkins gives you 3. It's like auto, high, and low, whereas the Bose has 10 different levels, or you can have a pass-through. I felt when I compared them that the noise canceling was slightly better on the Bose. It just helped me better isolate any external noises that are coming into my head. The Bowers & Wilkins aren't bad. I mean, this is their best attempt yet. I'm telling you, they're catching up. but Bose is kind of the leader in noise canceling. So there always seem to be like one generation ahead. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say the Bose are a 10, the Bowers and Wilkins are an 8 when it comes to noise canceling. But they're both really good. They both get the job done. You'll do great on an airplane with either of these headsets. The advantage of the Bose, of course, for noise canceling and for making calls. So you're probably wondering, what about sound quality? Well, here's the interesting thing. I was thinking coming into this that the Bowers and Wilkins would be the more neutral headset, when in reality the Bose, the 700s are actually tonally more neutral. But sometimes I find that bland, especially depending on source material. If I listen to like a lot of older rock that doesn't have a lot of bass, no matter the fact that the app actually has mid, bass, and treble controls on the Bose, whereas the Bowers and Wilkins doesn't, I couldn't crank the bass high enough to get satisfactory bass levels for my listening. So I give the edge to Bowers and Wilkins. The Bowers and Wilkins definitely have much more authoritative bass. They sound much fuller and warmer, whereas the Bose, the bass might be a little bit tighter, but it's a little bit too recessed. Now, I've read reports where people have said that the highs on the Bose are more extended than the Bowers and Wilkins. That's not what I found. I actually thought the detail was a little bit better on the Bowers and Wilkins. Bowers and Wilkins claims that these headphones are tuned by the same engineer that does their 800 series speakers. I don't know how true that is. I mean, it's on their marketing literature. But overall, I would tell you that the Bowers and Wilkins to me were a more fun headset to listen to. They just evoked more emotion in me. Now, let me be clear. Neither of these headsets, I don't consider either of them audiophile. I mean, when you're comparing them to a $2,000, $3,000 a pair of passive focals, for example, the Stella or the Clear, they're not at that level of fidelity, but they're not supposed to be. The advantage of these headsets is they give you great, really good sound in a very noisy environment, where you can't do that with passive headsets, especially the ones that don't have backs on them, the open-ended ones. Definitely don't want to use those on an airplane. So either of these will give you very acceptable fidelity. The Bose edge out in comfort, the Bose edge out in call quality and noise canceling, whereas the Bowers and Wilkins, to me, are a more fun headset to listen to. So I just wanted to show you the picture of the BMWs again. The B&Ws do look really nice over here. I mean, it's just the materials are very high quality. You know, the plastics feel hard and just really nice. So I give them the edge there. I really like how that is. But I like the controls, actually. At first, I liked the controls better on the Bowers and Wilkins because everything was push button and I knew exactly what to do. I didn't even realize at first that the right ear cup on the Bose are touch sensitive. So you tap it twice, you can hang up or pick up a call. You can go up and down in volume by doing your finger like this, or you could go left and right to go forward and back on it to skip a track. I really think that's cool. I think Bose is kind of on the edge here with technology. At first I was like, I don't know if I really like this, but then I got used to it. I never had any problems with, skipping tracks or raising the volume. I've really come quite accustomed to liking it. The other feature I like about the Bose is if somebody's coming up to you and you're listening to music, if you tap the left ear cup button and hold down on it, it instantly stops the music and it shuts off the noise canceling so you can hear what's around you. Now, the pass-through modes on these headsets, they're pretty similar, but I felt the pass-through on the Bowers and Wilkins was better. So in other words, if I used the pass-through mode on the Bowers and Wilkins versus the Bose, I could hear more external sounds better on the Bowers and Wilkins than I could on the Bose. But they were still both acceptable. I could always hear exactly what was going on when someone was around me when I defeated the noise canceling on the Bose. So there you have it, guys. I like both headsets. I gave the Bowers and Wilkins product of the year for noise canceling, mostly because they were just more of a fun headset to listen to. But the Bose have kind of really grown on me. And to be honest with you, they're both great headsets. You can't go wrong with either of them. I'm definitely going to be using them in more environments, and I'm going to report back. I'm going to have Matthew Pose come on here and try to do some measurements so we can see exactly what's going on. I'm going to put links down below in this video in case you want to look at buying these on Amazon. We do get like a very small commission. I'm going to be upfront with you. But whatever you want to do is fine with me. They're both great headsets. I hope you guys found this this video entertaining, and I hope you found it informative. Let me know what kind of noise canceling headphones you're using. I know the other one I didn't touch on was the Sony. I have no experience with that, but I've heard great things about it. Let me know if you guys have compared these headsets. Let me know which ones are your favorite noise canceling headphones, and let me know what other headphones you'd like to see us review in 2021, because I do have some on the plate, and I do have some in-ear monitors I want to review as well. So we're going to be doing more headphone coverage going forward. And guys, don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. It gives you a chance to get direct access to me. You can ask questions, suggest video topics. It helps you support the channel, which we always appreciate. We thank you for all the support you gave us in 2020. And please make sure you subscribe to this channel, thumb up the video, share the video, and don't forget to always look for contests we're running on our forum. We're running contests sometimes on our Patreon if you've become a Patreon subscriber. Well, that's all I got for today. Until next time, my friends, keep listening.